Despite violent gun crime surging in our nation's capital, the D.C. City Council has voted against the mayor's $11 million proposal to hire more cops. The council instead approving a compromise package, giving just less than half that amount, $5 million, to the Metro Police and directing the other $6 million toward other city services. One of the victims of the gun violence, a D.C. teacher and father of four, shot and killed. Police say Kervin Sanchez died at a hospital after a double shooting that left another man injured. Our next guest is a longtime friend of the victim. He says if the city used the same energy they're using to combat COVID, they could put an end to the violence. Marvin Moore, also a teacher, joins us right now. Marvin, good morning to you.
Good morning.
What happened to your friend?
My friend was recently murdered in D.C.
What were the circumstances?
That I'm unclear of. I do know that he was outside in an area that he normally would have been in. Shots rang off and we got the call.
That's just terrible. You've known him a long time, haven't you?
Since 7th grade.
Unbelievable. When you look at the number, you and I were talking during the commercial. I used to live in the district. I remember in the 80s and the 90s, there were a lot of murders, drug-related. What is going on now? Because it really seems different.
That's a great question, and honestly, I'm not sure if any of us have the answer for it. I know that it's very troubling. In fact, it's very worrisome to not be able to predict whether or not your loved one or your family member is going to return home to you, after leaving outside of the house. I know that we are in, very devastating times, and this is unlike anything that I've seen in my entire time growing up here in D.C.
Right, and the whole country has mobilized against COVID. We heard the president talking about COVID again yesterday live from the East Room. But when you look at the number of deaths in Washington, D.C. in the month of July, there were 8 COVID deaths, but there were almost three times that amount of homicides, of murders. If the city put that kind of energy into solving the gun violence problem, maybe they'd get a handle on it.
I agree.
To your earlier point, the problem right now, and it's not just the District of Columbia, it's here in New York City, it's other big cities, is the randomness to this violence. You just never know when it's going to happen. I mean, you were telling me that you work not too far from Nats Park, and a week or two ago, some people outside just started shooting, and people were running for their lives.
Yeah, it's very unnerving and very unsettling. I think that honestly, I don't have the answers. I'm not an expert in the subject matter, but I do know that as a community, as a city, we have to figure it out. We have to, find a way to create a better resolve, look for alternative solutions to problem solving, something that has to be done that doesn't leave us having to do interviews about people who've passed or about lives that have been lost, especially for people that have such an astounding impact on their community.
Absolutely. Well, you have an impact because you're a teacher. Marvin Moore, friend of Kervin Sanchez. Sir, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.